In this video, we will learn the usage of some very basic Linux commands. So let's begin. If you remember, we had opened up the terminal from the applications. Looks like a tedious way of opening a terminal every time I need it. Well, I had also shown that we can open up a terminal from a desktop or any folder by doing a right click and open terminal. We can also create a shortcut for the same or store it in favorites. We'll look at some of these handy tips in a later video. For now, since the terminal is already open, let us run some basic commands. Let me first increase the font size by pressing Ctrl+Shift+. A simple command called as date, D-A-T-E, gives me the current date and day along with the exact time when this command was run. It also is telling me the time zone that I am in. I may also want to look at the calendar of my current month. I do this by the command cal, C-A-L. Of course, like we had done it earlier for ls, adding certain options modify the behavior of the commands, and we can do this with cal as well. For example, adding -y to cal gives me calendar for the entire year. There are multiple such options, and I'll show you how to get help on these options in the next video. Presently, let us continue with some more basic commands. Well, there is an entire calendar on the screen and also a lot of output residue from our previous commands. Why don't we clear the screen to make it look neat? We can do this by typing the command clear. If you need to keep using your command prompt and use it for some calculations, then you can launch a calculator by typing in BC. We can perform some calculations here like 6 plus 8, 9, press enter to see the result, or something with a decimal point like 67.32 plus 119.7, something random. Once I've finished its usage, I can exit the calculator by typing quit, Q-U-I-T. Please note, quit here is a command within the calculator and not necessarily a shell-based command. And probably, let me clear the screen again. When I had first launched the terminal, it got started at a particular folder. We had tried to understand the basics Linux architecture earlier, where we had seen that the entire folder or directory structure of Linux is an inverted tree structure. The folder corresponding to default launch of the terminal can be known by typing the command pwd. In this case, it is /home/John, which is John's home folder. If I would have opened the terminal from the desktop, then it would have showed me /home/John/desktop, which is John's desktop. If there were multiple users in the system, then every one of them would have their own home folders and desktops. We already saw that the command ls gives us a list of files and folders in the current directory. The blue ones here are all directories. Looks like no files in this folder yet, only directories. I can go into any directory from here by typing cd. cd desktop takes me to the directory called as desktop. So cd is a command for changing the directory, and that's what it actually stands for. I can check where I am by typing in pwd. It says that I am in /home/John/desktop. pwd here represents print working directory. If I try to enter the command cd desktop again, then it gives me an error as I'm already in the desktop and there is no further directory called as desktop within it. cd ... that's double dots, always takes me to the parent directory from the current directory. Dot dot here represents the parent directory. So wherever you are, press cd dot dot and you go into the parent directory of your current directory. Let's check again on where I am, and pwd gives me /home/John. So we had a look at some very basic commands like date, which gave us the current date, day of the week, time zone, etc. Cal, which gave us the calendar. Clear, which helped me clear the screen. BC as a command launched a calculator for us. PWD told us the name of the current working directory. CD, which helped me change the directory. And an important option with CD, dot dot, which takes me to the parent directory. Now there may be various commands with various options. How do we know as to what does a command do or what do these options stand for? Let us look at how to extract help or some kind of information about each one of these commands in our next video.